In this video, I'm going to look at question 1 from Purdue's 2014 high school programming competition. It's called Freshman 15, and the question is really whether or not the cholesterol level of given individuals is healthy or not based on their age. They give us the sample input here. That is, we're going to have to read in a number, and then that's going to indicate how many test cases we have. And then based on that, we'll read in 4 numbers for each test case. The first 2 numbers being good and bad cholesterol levels, the third being the number of lipids, and the last being the person's age. And based on that information, we have to conclude whether or not to print out yes or no, whether or not they're healthy or not. So to get started, I'm going to need to make a scanner object. Stem.in. And if you haven't already done so, you have to import the scanner class to use in your project. And then to get the number of test cases we need, we're going to read in the first integer that the user types in. From there, I'm going to write a loop that's going to run the number of times I need for the number of test cases. And for each test, I'm going to have to read in 4 numbers. The first number is going to be, and I'll get these variables right, the HDL level. HDL. Let's see, so I'm going to read another number. And then the next is the LDL. Next is the lipids. And finally is the age of the individual. Now, the number that we actually need is not the individual HDL, LDL, and lipid count. We actually need the sum of those 3 values, so I'll add those up. And there's 2 cases in which you are unhealthy and 2 cases in which you are healthy. So I can break this up a lot of different ways. I'll do it probably the simplest way. If your age is under 18, then we would say that you are healthy if your total sum is less than, I think it's 170. Let's see if I'm right about that. Yeah, if it's under 170. And so in this case, I'll just print out the answer yes, and then otherwise print out the answer no. Now for the other case, which is what if I'm 18 or above, I'm an adult, it's the same thing, but instead of 170, it's going to be 200 is my max. And that really should be the entire program. If I'm going to test this, which is a good idea, I'm going to copy the sample input that I already copied. I'm going to run it, and I'm going to paste it in. And it tells me yes, no, yes, which I believe is what I'm supposed to get. Yes, no, yes, yep. So yeah, Eclipse is working. It's got the project. It's got everything doing what it's supposed to. So that's how you could do the Freshman 15 problem.